The film Coraline has captured the imagination of audiences with its eerie, enchanting world and richly layered characters. One of the most mysterious and intriguing characters is the Other Wybie, a silent, button-eyed version of Wybie created by the Beldam, also known as the Other Mother, to lure Coraline into staying in the other world. The Other Wybie, unlike most creations of the Beldam, shows signs of free will and even goes so far as to help Coraline escape. This has led to numerous fan theories attempting to explain why he helps Coraline, the origins of his partial autonomy, and the implications of his inability to speak or survive outside of the other world. In this video, we'll explore several theories about the Other Wybie, each delving into different possibilities regarding his origins, actions, and limitations. One compelling theory posits that the Other Wybie is not merely a creation of the Beldam, but rather a remnant of one of her last victims. According to this theory, the Beldam had captured a child long before Coraline's arrival. This child, who was once a living, breathing person, fell into the Beldam's trap but did not meet the typical fate of having their soul devoured and their essence turned into a ghost. Instead, this victim was transformed into a puppet-like being, much like the Other Wybie. The theory suggests that this transformation process is not flawless. While the Beldam is powerful, her magic may not always be perfect, and in this particular case, the victim retained a small portion of their humanity. This humanity manifested as free will and a desire to prevent others from suffering the same fate. The Other Wybie, in this context, is a tragic figure, someone who has been stripped of his identity, voice, and freedom, but who still clings to a shred of his former self. This theory also explains why the Other Wybie, silent, the Beldam, sensing the victim's retained free will, may have deliberately removed his ability to speak, ensuring that he could not warn or communicate with Coraline effectively. However, the victim's willpower remained strong enough to influence his actions subtly, leading him to help Coraline escape. The stitches on his mouth could be a physical manifestation of the Beldam's attempt to silence him permanently, a cruel reminder of her control over him. In this theory, the Other Wybie's ultimate goal is to help Coraline avoid the same tragic fate he suffered. His inability to leave the other world without disintegrating into dust is a poignant reminder of his status as a prisoner in the Beldam's twisted realm. The dust he turns into could symbolize the remnants of his former self, the last traces of the child who once lived, but who has now been reduced to a mere puppet in the Beldam's hands. Another theory suggests that the Other Wybie was indeed created by the Beldam, but was an imperfect creation, one that did not turn out as intended. The Beldam, in her quest to create a perfect lure for Coraline, fashioned the Other Wybie to be the silent, obedient companion she believed Coraline would find comforting. However, something went wrong during the creation process. Perhaps the Beldam underestimated the complexity of human emotions or the strength of an individual's conscience. According to this theory, the Other Wybie was initially a blank slate, devoid of personality or free will. However, as he spent time with Coraline, he began to develop a sense of self. He started to understand the gravity of the Beldam's actions and felt a growing sense of guilt for his role in luring Coraline into danger. This conscience led him to defy the Beldam's wishes and help Coraline escape. The Other Wybie's silence in this theory is not a result of deliberate action by the Beldam, but rather a product of his imperfect creation. He was never given the ability to speak, as the Beldam saw no need for him to have a voice. However, this lack of speech became a blessing in disguise, as it allowed him to act in ways that the Beldam did not anticipate. Without the ability to vocalize his intentions, the Other Wybie was able to subtly communicate his desire to help Coraline through actions rather than words. The Other Wybie's disintegration upon leaving the other world can be explained by his nature as a creation of the Beldam. He is indeed a construct of the other world, bound to its twisted reality. The moment he steps outside of his realm, he loses his coherence, unable to exist in a world that does not support his artificial existence. This limitation further underscores his tragic nature. He is a being who longs for freedom and redemption, but is ultimately tied to the very world that enslaves him. And those were some theories that could explain why the Other Wybie helps Coraline. Tell me your thoughts about these theories in the comment section. Follow me for more funny videos like this one.